so thrilled to be here.
This museum is world-renowned. It is an honor to be here.
Absolutely. The textiles, the furniture, and of course, the historic fashion collection.
I come here every time I visit LA.
I'm Jill. I'm 50. I'm a famous television writer and director.
Yeah, I'm 65. Do we need to say famous? Fame is so subjective.
I'm well known enough to be called famous, and so are you. You're a famous poet. You look so good for 65.
Well, you don't look 50.
Anyway, we were invited to this museum to talk to you about queer television
And queer poetry.
That is what we're invited to this museum to talk about with you today.
But we are not gonna talk about those things.
We don't want to. It's not what we need.
No.
We need to talk publicly in front of an audience about something else. So what this talk is now about is us breaking up.
Yeah, we broke up a little while ago.
No one believes we broke up and now we can't get dates.
I actually have gotten dates.
So have I, but not as many as you.
Nah, I'm sure if people knew, then you would.
We are single, polyamorous, non-binary.
Humans!
Right. You know that thing where you can say things in public but you can't say them in private? That's what we're going to use this discussion for, because there are some things that I can't bear to say Eileen in private, but I can say them in front of you. And same for Eileen with me. Eileen and I want to triangulate with you, the audience.
I'm not sure I want to do that.
You do. No, you do. You told me you do.
Okay.
This talk is being recorded, and I really think it's going to help people.
Yeah, it might.
So, we ended our romantic relationship.
A couple months ago.
Now we are friends. Can you?
Yep.
Thank you.
So, we broke up, but like Jill said, now we're friends.
Now I'm Eileen's black friend.
You're not my only black friend.
I never met any of your other black friends.
We just did not happen to cross paths.
Everyone I met with you was white, right? Maybe one Latinx person?
You're right. That is totally fair.
It's fine. When I had the thought when you said we would become friends, I had the thought that I would be your black friend that you could tell people you had. You could be like, I have a black friend. Legitimately.
I doubt my friends would ever ask me that.
Well, some white people are very into that.
That is true.
It's a form of value signaling. Audience, you know what that term is? I just learned that term and I love it.
It's a very useful term. It's when you say I was hanging out with my trans friend or my black friend, instead of just saying my friend, because you want to signal to the person you're talking to that you're cool and have certain kinds of friends in politics or whatever.
We are so good at panel discussions. They're already learning so much.
Audience, we actually met on a panel discussion.
I worked really hard on my outfit for that day.
Your work paid off.
I was 49, but I wanted to look like a schoolgirl.
I liked it.
I wanted to be girlfriend material.
Oh yeah, that was the vibe I got. I definitely responded.
It was so much easier than I thought.
Well, your outfit was so good, and then you were pretty forward.
I had been playing in my head. I was so surprised when it all worked.
You were a real prima ballerina, that's for sure.
I felt like a pretty princess.
You look so good, and we were at the thing, the panel discussion.
Being really smart together.
That was sexy.
I was trying to flirt with you, by the way. I answered questions.
Oh yeah? I think I remember that. I mean, you did so many things. You manipulated me so thoroughly.
No, I did not manipulate you. I don't need to manipulate you to get what I need from you.
You know what I mean.
I absolutely do not.
I would have done the same thing. I just didn't know things would go that way.
You didn't really need prep. I'd already developed a huge crush on you before I got to the panel discussion thing.
Thank you.
After we got together, I was so happy. I got back to LA and I was like, Eileen is into me and I'm into Eileen and we're going to be in love. I had taken this long walk, this super long walk. I had so much energy from this new feeling. I just kept going. I was walking across LA fields by love.
Oh, we would go on dates where I wasn't the one who knew all the people.
Yeah, right.
It was weird for me.
I know.
I'm used to leading women around the city, but you know your way.
But because you're famous, I could be your girlfriend.
Okay, maybe some of the poets didn't know who you were, but you're way more famous than me.
It was so nice to be your anonymous girlfriend.
That was not real.
Hey everyone, you want to know why we broke up? I'll tell you.
She'll tell you.
Oh, they'll tell you.
Oh, right. Sorry, they'll tell you.
I use they pronouns now.
Just like me.
Do I know why we broke up?
Well, for one, we were long distance.
True. True, but that could have been because...
Maybe we would have figured it out if we had tried
It's my
harder.
fault.
Oh,
Because I was so inspired with...
And this is where it gets...
Oh, she's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
sorry. Right, God. They're so uncomfortable.
Are we too old to use they pronouns? I am 65.
You don't look 65. And anyway, don't say things like that. We're all everything. We can evolve. Everyone's evolving all the time. We're not dead.
At our age, though?
I'm only 50. Maybe you're too old.
Maybe.
I was 100% kidding. No, you're not too old. What a ridiculous concept. Are we too old to be ourselves?
I don't want to be myself if I'm too old for it.
The real reason we broke up is because I started to become more myself.
I really don't think that's why.
You're still uncomfortable. But we have this audience. Just perform. Perform. You do this all the time.
This is how we met on a stage.
Performing. I know it makes sense.
When you say we broke up because you started to become more yourself, it makes me look like the bad guy. There's Eileen, who doesn't like Jill anymore because now Jill is being themselves. Eileen's a ballsack who doesn't love authentic Jill.
That's kind of true in part.
No, it is not.
We met and we were in love.
Oh, we still love each other, I hope.
Definitely. I still love you.
I guess just tell them why we broke up.
I changed. I changed the way I look and dress, and I cut my hair really short because I wanted to grow out my natural hair.
Oh,
And,
so now I'm a racist? You make it sound like we broke up because I don't like women with natural hair.
I don't know if you're a racist. You're definitely self-involved.
I love your natural hair. I love all your hairstyles. You're not being honest about why this happened.
Why did it happen? I'm just telling why I thought it happened, but say your version.
We broke up because you didn't want me anymore. I did. Did you show that by not having sex with me?
I was just... My identity was changing. I needed to... What does sex look like when we are changing?
Well, I didn't change, really.
Not as much as me.
Not really at all.
So me changing broke us up because you had confusion about sex having?
That is sure, yes. No, that sounds like an oversimplification. It sounds like blame. I don't blame you.
I just needed to feel strong. And in being strong, it was just so unfamiliar. But I'm fine now. To the population of those who can date me, I'm fine. We will have good sex. And if it's confusing good sex, it won't be because of any of these issues.
Who makes up the population of those who could date you?
I'm a polyamorous pansexual.
So anyone?
Right.
Greedy.
No, it's not.
Before your transformation, did you like having sex with me?
Yes.
Yeah. We did good.
Fuck.
We had some really good times.
You would take your fucking brick house body and crush me to death with it.
Yeah, I did that.
I loved it.
You wrecked me too, Jill.
Was it that I was into sex during my transformation? I like that term, transformation. Actually, I only kind of like that term. It has some problems, but for now, let's use it. Could it have been that you were into sex because I was transforming?
Your change felt like a rejection. You were such a damsel when I met you.
You were such a cowgirl. You would herd me or grab me with your lasso or something.
Definitely had spurs on my boots.
And I was like carrying me away.
And I did carry you away. It was easy. You were small and delicate like a fawn.
You're like a big construction worker.
If I were a construction worker, I would catcall you.
Thank you. You're welcome. But I wouldn't do the carrying sometimes.
We have been notified by the Los Angeles Fire Department that the fires are moving westward and the wind is unpredictable. At the moment, we are asked to stay indoors in our current location. We will keep you informed. You may smell smoke.
Oh, are you bleeding?
I got a paper cut.
Oh, it's so dry. Your skin is so dry. There's fires outside. Can someone please bring me a first aid kit? It's okay. They're coming. They're coming.
Okay, I hate blood. You know I hate blood.
It's okay. You're okay. Yeah, I know. Great. No more blood.
Thank you. I get lightheaded.
Yeah, I remember.
Can we take a break for a second?
Yeah. Let's take a break. Everyone, let's take a break. Also, curator, organizer person, are you out there? Can we change our seating? I don't like this. These chairs are not comfortable. Do you have something else, like a couch? At least something more cozy, like cozy chairs, or at least more fluffy. Okay. Okay. This is so beautiful. Is this an antique?
It looks hard.
Good job, curator, organizer, person. This looks much better.
We should reserve judgment until we sit down.
But this is an improvement already, you have to admit, just visually.
See, I'm not sure if this is going to work
We
because
just had sex. I'm celebrating our pleasure.
can we have something that is just ours ever?
It's still ours.
Why do they need to know that?
We are here to do this thing with an audience, and I
It
thought
was so unexpected, and now
I know. I just want to be present in the scene that we're doing.
it was special.
How's my telling them, making it less special? Sorry. No, I'm not. Am I? No, I am sorry. It felt so good, and I wanted to share that, all right? But I get that you probably didn't want to share that with our audience.
We are still allowed to have private moments. I wanted that to be something only we knew.
Oh, please don't say I ruined it.
Wow.
It happened, and it was beautiful. And hot. I love to be reminded of pleasure. Pleasure is important.
Not saying those things are not true.
See, audience, I'm not just a stereotypical desexualized, overachieving black woman who is now a non-binary identified person.
I was not saying you were.
I prioritize my self-care, which is a radical act for a person of color.
You know, we have talked about race more tonight than I think we ever did in our whole relationship.
Audience, we have literally never talked about race in a relationship.
Why is that?
Because we're really unhealthy. That is why we're talking about it tonight.
We did talk about race some, though. I know we did.
We did in the abstract.
Black Lives Matter is very important to us both.
This garbage election.
We talked about all the police shootings of unarmed black men.
We didn't talk about how it's different for you than it was for me to watch another news report, another police officer killing another unarmed black man.
No, we didn't. I would get so nervous, I would say the wrong thing. I wouldn't say anything. And, oh, that was really the wrong thing.
It's a radical act to center pleasure in my life. That is why I told him we had sex.
I get it.
We used to do all these romantic things.
Oh, yeah. We are romantics. I couldn't even tell anyone about it because it would make my friends throw up all over the place.
You would read to me.
Poetry, novels.
We would stare into each other's eyes.
We went to Paris.
Oh, I always wanted to be touching you all the time. I always had a hand around your arm or around your waist.
You sat really close in cafes.
You put me in your poems.
You were in so many poems.
I put you in my TV show.
The last book we were reading to each other was Edith Wharton.
The Age of Innocence. I hate May Welland.
Oh, you're so much like her, though.
Take it back.
I just mean you're so pretty.
Well, she's dumb. She's not a feminist.
No, I just meant the prettiness.
But I'm the Countess.
Yes, you definitely are.
I'm the Black Countess.
Sure are.
You're exoticizing me.
You want me to be?
Audience. A while ago, I did the big chop so I could start growing out my hair and get back to my natural curl pattern. Now I'm doing this.
But I want to be clear that what happened with us had nothing to do with your natural hair, which I think is beautiful. All your hairstyles are beautiful.
Thank you. Are you just saying that because you still want black women to be attracted to you?
No, well, I really do. I acknowledge my internalized racism, but I genuinely am glad you're growing out your natural curls. You are not the only black person I've ever dated. You know that.
You're the only Irish person I've ever dated.
Scotch Irish.
I wish I could know my hair chits so well.
I'm sorry.
Remember when Nora came back from Ireland and said everyone looked like you?
Yes, she did say that.
I can't believe I let you colonize me.
That's how you think of it?
Not really. Sometimes.
You never called it that when we were together.
Well, I wasn't going to say that when we were together. That would have ruined the mood, no?
Your ex-husband is white.
That marriage was a colonization in many ways.
Sounded like it.
I'm thinking about changing my name. I have a white woman's name. It's a white woman gendered name.
Well, you should. Change it if you want to. I do like it, though, but I'm sure I would like the new one.
Am I hurting my parents by erasing the name that they've given me?
I didn't think of that.
How many black people or non-binary persons have you dated?
I can't remember.
How many curl patterns have been underneath those hands?
I get around.
I hate when white people have said they have learned about a different culture just because they have dated someone from a different culture.
I don't say that, ever.
Good. Don't. It's gross. Fucking someone from a different culture isn't the same thing as actually making an effort to learn about that culture.
Again, I want to clarify to our audience that none of what we are saying is why we broke up, right?
No, it wasn't. Let's get back to that. I wanted to look different. I started to change the way I dress too. I don't wear makeup anymore.
Oh, you really changed how you dress.
I don't wear skirts or dresses anymore.
You wear button-up shirts a lot more.
I always did that.
Oh.
But even with going natural, I found the style at first to be more
Masculine.
androgynous, I was going to say.
Oh.
I didn't want to perform that gender anymore. I wanted to do this different performance.
Well, you can't be surprised when your different performance brings in a different audience.
That's true.
This still isn't why we broke up, though.
I know, but this is an important factor.
Yes, I am clarifying, but that is an important thing that happened. You're right.
I started seeing the way Eileen moves to the world. They have power.
You have so much power.
Because I do TV.
Arguably, that is the most power one can have. A meteor that reaches so many.
But I saw how you are with women and men, I guess, too. You command the room. You get listened to in a way that I want to be listened to. Women look at you differently. Yeah. Oh, it's so cold in here. There's fires outside, so I guess they blast the AC.
You're cold?
I have such a chill. Thank you. See, audience, don't you all want Eileen to be your girlfriend now? Yeah! So did I.
Feel objectified.
Don't you want to be Eileen, though, audience?
Thank you, audience. It's not that great.
You basically get treated like a white dude. I say that's great.
As I'm sure you can imagine, my presentation has not always been celebrated.
Sure, but you could choose.
How so?
You could have femmed out. You could be a glamazon. You could choose to hide in the closet.
I suppose I could.
I don't want you to do that. And you shouldn't have to do that, but you have that option.
In a way, but that is self-harm of a sort.
I'm just saying this because I don't get to hide being black.
Yes, you're right. I have options. Those options feel like they would kill me, though.
But they wouldn't kill you in a literal sense is all I'm saying.
No, they wouldn't. And this is also not why we broke up.
There were so many expectations put on us once we started dating.
Yeah, we were supposed to be this lesbian super couple.
Oh, I like that people are saying that.
Followed by photographers.
Ooh, that was nice too.
Maybe paranoid.
No one ever followed me and my husband around.
God, no one gives a shit about you two.
I know. They definitely give a shit about us.
You didn't finish explaining your change.
I don't know how much more I can explain it. I saw you presenting in this way, and I thought I could do that. I thought I could get the same kind of attention. On set, I wouldn't be apologizing and swooning. I could be direct.
Why don't you see what you are? You are this incredibly powerful TV executive.
Everything I wore. The sound of my voice, the way I walked, every single thing about me was to please. Because I'm ambitious. I assumed all of my needs and desires to make sure that no one felt uncomfortable. If one person felt uncomfortable, I failed. If a person at craft service felt uncomfortable, I failed. If I said anything that reminded anyone of my blackness and their whiteness, I failed. If a grip felt weird for working for a black woman, I failed. My career was in constant jeopardy. I had to be so careful. I have to be so fucking careful. You have no idea what this feels like. You can't know.
I'm sorry. You're right. I can't know.
And then I see how you are, and you're a poet, and poets aren't supposed to have any money or power, and you're basically like a big swing dick through the world, and I said, fuck it. I want that.
That makes so much sense. I'm sorry.
And I threw out all my makeup and dresses, and I chopped off all my hair.
Yeah.
And then you fucked a girl 40 years older than you, and I caught you together.
No, audience. That is not what happened. You didn't catch us, first of all. We were already trying out an open relationship. You saw us at a bar. I actually did catch you getting piped by some studio exec douchebag. Remember that? Yeah, when I walked into your place and I couldn't find you, and then I did find you. You are not the victim. You aren't. We had basically broken up already, and we were trying out being open because that is what you wanted, remember?
I remember. Audience, what I said just now was a little unfair.
It was.
But even though that's not actually what happened, that is how I felt.
Are you sure you're queer?
Why would you ask? When we were just in this queer relationship that ended, but it happened. But we were queer on each other a few minutes ago.
Before me.
Before you, I was married.
You were faithful?
I didn't say that. Okay, I didn't want him to learn that this way. Wait, this is so public.
He's not going to watch this. He's not thinking about you.
I don't know how you presume to know what my ex-husband is thinking about.
I don't know what he's thinking about, but I do know that you assume everyone's thinking about you all the time.
I can't believe you and I had just...
Well, that makes me feel guilty for saying that.
You told me guilt doesn't exist.
Did I?
That's a flirting technique of yours.
Well, it briefly worked.
Let's get back to you strength-shaming of me.
Okay.
I was with men. Now I don't want to be with men exclusively. I used to be someone who wanted attention from men. Then I met you.
And I gave you attention.
And I gave you attention.
And then you wanted to be a real queer, and you cut your hair, and you wear men's clothes, and now we both use they pronouns.
And you dumped me.
No, do not oversimplify. It was mutual. We dumped each other. No, people now interview you about your they pronouns, even though.
What?
I mean, you did it just like getting a nose piercing.
Oh my God. A nose piercing is the most current trend that you can think of.
You know what I mean?
I think those things became a thing 35 years ago.
Like an accessory.
You're just mad because I don't want to do the whole ancient butch femme thing, which is so over, by the way. We're all everything, and you don't want to admit that.
It is ancient because it has withstood the test of time. You used to be so hot, and now you're a theory factory.
There was a moment that I was so in love with you, and I was happy.
You have that moment again with someone else. Maybe they'll be a poet, too.
I hate poets.
Oh, that's fair.
You do not get to own this moment being all butch and old.
You always make age comments.
I'm 10 years younger than you. And I'm the oldest person that you ever dated. Audience, this is the smallest age gap that Eileen has ever known.
Not ever, but yes, in the last few decades, I can't help that I like a certain dynamic.
It was nice to be anonymously on your arm. I will admit that.
But you dumped me, or we dumped each other.
It wasn't working anymore.
I still think it had something to do with a panther dream.
I loved a panther in a dream. We did not have sex, but I loved him romantically.
Do not stop talking about that panther. And the dream coincided exactly with your transformation.
Audience, I had a recurring dream during my transformation. In the dream, I would go to work, I'd be on set with all these people I know, my friends and colleagues. And then there I was, looking different than I used to. And they turned away from me. They all turned their backs away from me, and I felt betrayed. But I also knew they didn't have faces anymore. I knew this in dream knowledge. I didn't actually see the faces' heads. I was sad and lonely because my friends were turned away from me and now faceless. But also I was turned on because I felt very free. No one was looking at me. A panther came onto set and he had a crush on me. He was obsessed with me. He wanted to have sex with me. I didn't have sex with him because I was afraid he was going to break my heart. I was having this dream so many times, it felt like I was falling in love with him.
You would not stop talking about that panther. I think it must be symbolic.
I think the panther was you. When I go out to the city, nobody knew me. Nobody was trying to pitch their show to me.
But you got us into places. That is my thing. I can usually show off with, but you have a career and fame. I have nothing to offer you.
But you have shown me my own potential. I don't think that's nothing.
I'm glad I inspired you.
I will never be the object again.
You hate objectification.
Not always.
Right! From panthers it's okay. God damn it! You are so confusing. I need a break. We're not gonna have sex on this break.
The winds have shifted direction. The fires are heading south. All are advised to stay inside. Exposure to the air outside for more than 8 consecutive minutes could cause lasting lung damage. Be advised, stay inside.
LA is so fucking creepy. Maybe that's what broke us up. And curated person, if you're out there, I cannot sit like this. Can you bring back one of the chairs?
But can we keep the couch for me? I still want to sit on it.